Hey Commanders fans, get ready because today we have exclusive news about our team and you can't miss a single detail. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel, activate the bell to receive everything firsthand, and of course, leave a like to strengthen our fan base and show that we only have true fans here. Our commitment is to always bring you the latest updates, news, and everything that happens behind the scenes of Commanders. So, without further ado, let's check out today's news. The Washington Commanders had a difficult 2025 season, and now that it's over, they're beginning to prepare for the 2026 offseason. While free agency and the NFL draft are crucial for the Commanders, they've also begun reevaluating their coaching staff. Offensive coordinator Cliff Kingsbury left the franchise after 2 seasons, and Washington also released defensive coordinator Joe Whitt Jr. after head coach Dan Quinn decided to take over play-calling responsibilities for the struggling unit. With Whitt Jr.'s departure from the organization, the Commanders are focused on finding his replacement. The search is in full swing, and former Arizona Cardinals coach Jonathan Gannon is expected to be interviewed this week for the open position in Washington. Gannon's tenure as head coach of the Cardinals didn't go as planned, with a record of 15 wins and 36 losses in his 3 seasons. However, he is still considered one of the league's best defensive strategists. After working as an assistant coach for the Indianapolis Colts, Minnesota Vikings, Tennessee Titans, Los Angeles Rams, and Atlanta Falcons, Gannon suddenly emerged as the defensive coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles, a rival of the Commanders in the NFC East between 2021 and 2022, recreating the magic of Sack City. He led the Eagles' defense to a top 10 ranking in both seasons, with the best being their run to the Super Bowl in 2022, when he led the team to the second-best overall defense and the league lead in sacks with 70. The Commanders desperately need reinforcements on defense, and Gannon would be a great option, allowing Quinn to utilize his coaching skills in other areas. Gannon brings proven results from his experience as a defensive coordinator, demonstrating an ability to develop players and a history of getting the most out of each one. Schematic fit, the balanced offense. His ability to be strong against the run and his capacity to create strong pressure on the opposing quarterback would provide the Commanders with a balanced offense on defense. His ability to not be limited to a single scheme or player profile allows Gannon to adapt his schemes to the roster and utilize multiple formations when the occasion demands. While representing a risk with great potential, his previous success with the Eagles demonstrates that he can build a strong, aggressive, and professional-level defense. The Commanders want to interview Brian Flores for the defensive coordinator position. The Washington Commanders remain very active in the market, seeking reinforcements for their coaching staff, and are now showing interest in one of the most respected names on the NFL's defensive side. According to recent information, the franchise wants to interview Brian Flores for the defensive coordinator position, a role considered strategic in the team's new project. On Monday, Pro Football Talk, PFT, reported that the Minnesota Vikings are confident that Brian Flores will return for another season as defensive coordinator if he doesn't secure a head coaching position this offseason. However, this confidence hasn't stopped other teams from exploring the market, and Washington has emerged as one of the interested parties. According to Ian Rappaport of NFL Media, the Commanders plan to interview Flores to join the coaching staff of new head coach Dan Quinn. The idea is to strengthen a defense that is still seeking more consistency and identity, something Flores has proven he knows how to build throughout his career. Flores has just completed his 3rd consecutive season as defensive coordinator in Minnesota, where he was widely praised for his ability to create aggressive schemes, pressure opposing quarterbacks, and maximize the performance of young rosters. His work with the Vikings reinforced his reputation as one of the league's most creative defensive minds. In addition to interest from the Commanders, Flores is also expected to be interviewed by the Baltimore Ravens for the head coaching position this week. So far, however, there have been no reports of other teams formally expressing interest in hiring him as head coach in this initial round of interviews. It's worth remembering that Flores already has experience as a head coach in the NFL. He coached the Miami Dolphins for 3 seasons, accumulating a record of 24 wins and 25 losses. Despite competitive seasons and strong defensive improvement, he was fired after the 2021 season. Following his departure from Miami, Flores filed a lawsuit against the Dolphins, the NFL, and 3 other clubs, alleging racial discrimination in the hiring process. The case is ongoing and remains a sensitive topic behind the scenes in the league. For the Commanders, the potential signing of Brian Flores would represent an important step in rebuilding the team's defense under Dan Quinn, in addition to bringing experience, leadership, and a proven track record of player development. The expectation now revolves around the interview and how Flores evaluates this opportunity in Washington. Commanders are encouraged to sign the All-Pro linebacker, valued at $51 million. It didn't take watching Jacksonville Jaguars games for very long this season to realize that inside linebacker Devin Lloyd is truly an exceptional player, and the NFL All-Pro is about to sign a multi-million-dollar free agent contract. Christopher Knox of Bleacher Report believes that one of the teams that should make a big push for Lloyd is the Washington Commanders, who should be one of the top contenders in the race for Lloyd this offseason. Knox ranked Lloyd number 7 in the 2026 cycle in his most recent ranking of the top 50 free agents, with a projected 3-year, $51 million contract. Jaguars linebacker Devin Lloyd never fully lived up to the expectations created by the draft before the 2025 season, Knox wrote. However, the 2022 first-round pick certainly made the most of his final year of his contract. Despite missing games due to a calf injury, Lloyd racked up 81 tackles, 1.5 sacks, 7 passes defended, 14 quarterback pressures, and 5 interceptions, allowing an opponent pass rating of just 56.4 in coverage. Teams will have to determine how much of Lloyd's excellent 2025 season was a result of contract motivation. Concerns about Lloyd's age could drastically reduce his price tag. Concerns about Lloyd's motivation aren't really justified, given that he helped the Jaguars orchestrate a 4-13 turnaround in 2024 to 13-4 in 2025, before a painful playoff loss to the Buffalo Bills in the AFC wildcard round. The concern about Lloyd's age is valid. He will turn 28 in September, and teams are reluctant to offer contracts that extend into their 30s to players who aren't quarterbacks or offensive linemen. The Commanders could use this to their advantage and make the short-term offer for Lloyd more attractive, offering something like a 2-year, $38 million contract. At $19 million a year, he would be the 3rd highest-paid player at his position, behind San Francisco 49ers linebacker Fred Warner, $21 million, and Baltimore Ravens linebacker Roquan Smith, $20 million. The Commanders could stick with Wagner. While signing Lloyd would be a luxury, it's something the Commanders may not be able to afford, especially since they have many other positions that need improvement. At the inside linebacker position, if we look beyond age, they may have as consistent a presence at the position as at any other on the roster, with veteran Bobby Wagner. Wagner, 35, became only the 3rd player in NFL history to reach the 2,000 career tackle mark after recording 5 tackles in the win over the Eagles.